Hey y'all, welcome back. It is Hans with the Late Night Vision Show, and it is first day of SHOT Show. We're continuing on with our manufacturer interviews, and we've got another familiar face for you on this show today, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. I mean, it is a busy day, first day SHOT Show, a lot going on. We've dropped several videos in one day, similar to what we did last year, but this is a chance for you out there that don't get the opportunity to see some of the cool stuff that Jason and I are getting to see right now. We want you to see it at home, in the comfort of your home, in a recliner, with a drink, wherever you're at. Maybe you're sneaking off into a back room at work watching these videos when you're supposed to be doing your job. I don't know. Whatever brings you here, thank you. Jason, who do we got here today?
All right, Hans, thank you for that introduction. And listen, guys, it is exciting. We love this time of year. We love being able to bring you the breaking news here on the Late Night Vision Show. And today we have got one of our friends. This is his third appearance on this show. Well, it says might have been on here more than, but at least this is his third SHOT Show appearance for sure. We know that he's been 3 SHOT Show interviews this year, and it is the director of sales at iRay USA. They're the distributor in the United States for InfiRay Outdoor, and it is Mr. Casey Cochran. Casey, how are you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great. Always a pleasure to get on here with y'all.
Well, thank you, man. Listen, I don't know what's going on. Last time you looked like you might have been a hostage in a closet or something, kind of like Hans and I look like, because Hans is literally in a closet. So, it's true. But you look like you may be like, in the high-rise building or something in like downtown Dallas. What's going on over there?
Yeah, we're moving up in the world. I'm in the on the second floor of our new state-of-the-art facility here in Lewisville, Texas, and we're proud to have it and got the whole team.
Awesome.
In one place.
Second story, man. That would be the tallest building in Nacogdoches County.
That's not a joke. Man, it's Texas. You're supposed to say it's like 200 stories. Add a couple zeros to it. It's Texas.
So, maybe next year.
Well, listen. I know that anybody who's clicked on this show, who's watching this, they're very familiar with who InfiRay Outdoor is, with iRay USA. But just in case that one person that clicks on this goes, who are these guys? Casey, I'm going to let you give a little info, but I'm just going to hit a couple quick highlights and just say this, that y'all are a company that have been on the market several years now. You busted onto the scene, and I think busted, is probably a good word. Just blew up, and you've I think really made a mark and dug in and solidified yourself as a brand that's here to stay. And there's one big reason, and I think all three of us probably know where I'm going to go with this. It's the one thing y'all came out with from the very beginning that shook the entire market up, and that was your warranty. And so, Casey, just tell them, for anybody who doesn't know, what is the iRay USA guarantee for the warranty?
Yes, so that's one thing that we invested a lot of stuff into from the get-go is our 5-year warranty, and we guarantee a 5-day return. So what that means is we have some of the best, most skilled and best trained people downstairs doing your repairs, doing the warranty things that keep you in the field. And so that's something that's been important to us from the very, very beginning, and will continue to be, for the foreseeable future, hopefully forever. So
sure.
Well,
one thing, and I would say, just to clear up any confusion that sometimes people have when they hear 5 days, there's some people that I know they just don't think about it quite logically, and they think that somehow magically it's going to leave their house on Monday and they're going to have it back on Friday, because that's 5 days. But there's obviously shipping time, there's travel time, but you get 5 full business days with that unit. So let's say that it shows up at y'all's place on Thursday afternoon, then you've got Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just ship it back on Friday. It may be sooner than that, obviously, but then you could ship it back on the following Friday. And my thing with that is there's nobody else in this industry, unless somebody, comes up with it and does it. No one's offering any guarantee on time. They may have a 3 or a 4 or a 5 year warranty, but they're not saying how long they're going to have it. And so, and it may, and to these other companies' credit, it may be 3 or 4 or 5 days as well, but it could be 2 weeks. It could be 3 weeks. You're saying if we can't repair it, we're going to replace it. We're going to get you something back out the door. I just think that's really, it was a strong, promise to make. Mm-hmm. And when I remember when Tyler, the owner of iRay USA, came to me when he was starting the company up, and he said, I think I'm going to do a 5-year warranty with a 5-day turnaround. And I was like, you can't do that. That's not even possible. And so, I remember this conversation we had. So anyway, it's been a great deal. It's been really good for you. But listen, so people already know. They know who InfiRay Outdoor is. They know about your warranty. They're not here for that. They're not here just to look at 3 good-looking guys. They are. Yeah. Well, I don't know when those guys show up.
Right.
They're here to hear about the new stuff.
That's right. So that was a very good transition, Jason. Thank you for that.
I thought it was.
You
didn't pick up very good, but
these are better than that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was so good it threw me off off what I was supposed to do. All right. So let's talk about new stuff, Casey. We've got Jason and I in our hands have a couple new things that we've been testing out. You've got a good long list here. Let's jump into it. And the first thing, this is a thermal that looks very familiar, but it's not really at all. What do we got right here?
That right there is the Ricoh RH50 V2. It's got the same housing that people have known and we come to love and trust. It's been one of the most reliable optics that's probably ever been on the market. It's going to be an awesome little scope, especially for the money.
Right.
So you're looking at a 640, 12 micron, 3x base magnification, top end at 12x. Looking at a price tag of $47.99. With this, you're going to get the same IBP1 battery, just like you had in the Ricoh Mark 1 version 1. Going to get about 8 hours worth of runtime on it. There's quite a few things where it shines from its predecessor. So with it, you're going to get a better image overall. You're going to have just awesome quality audio. It's going to have the ability to record the icons within your screen whenever you're recording. So it's easy to see. If you attach a rangefinder to it, you can see all of that, everything. And then it's going to come with that quick detach mount that you saw on that scope you were holding.
Right. I'll tell you, so I've been testing this thing, and gosh, so remind me if I'm correct, because I think Jason and I have talked about this before. It was the RH50, the original RH50. Was that one of the first optics that was released here in the United States through iRay USA?
Yes. So it was it alongside the RL42, which is the 384 version,
right?
Were the two that we launched the company with.
So
and so that essentially you could say that those two items got us where we are today.
Exactly. So the RH50 when it first came into the market was $59.99, so just right at $6,000. So what Casey just shared with y'all today is the RH50 version 2 is going to be hitting the market this year, 2024, at $47.99. And I'm going to tell you, because I've used it, I've hunted with it, it has pretty much the same picture quality as the famous Bolt TH50 version 2, which everybody loves. Everybody talks about how great the picture image is. This has the same picture image, y'all. So 3 to 12 power. A lot of people like this I would say the traditional housing of a thermal scope. A lot of people still like that form factor. And for just under $4,800, you're getting a lot of picture quality there, and you're getting a very, I would say, coyote friendly magnification level, maybe some Hall content in there too. But man, to come in at an optic that started on the market at 6,000 to now come in at 4,800, but you've drastically increased the picture image. This is going to be a very, very big seller. I'm going to tell you that's a great enhancement from the version 1 of this model. So yeah, good job on that.
Thank you.
Casey, one quick question. That laser rangefinder that the RH50 V2 is going to run is going to be the same laser rangefinder that the previous RL42, RH50, RH35 ran. Is that correct?
Yes, it'll be the ILR 1000.
Got it. Okay, just want to be sure of that. Okay, so when I first looked at this list you sent over, I got a little bit confused when I saw the next one on here because I was like, I think you put the same thing twice. But this is something that's going to be new as well. Tell us what the next one on this list is.
Yeah, so next one here is the RH50R. So it's going to be the Ricoh version 2 RH50 with an attached rangefinder already on the unit. So this thing's going to have a built-in 1,000-yard rangefinder, which is awesome. It's going to have a 3 to 12x magnification. You're going to run on that same IBP1 8-hour battery pack. But this one here is going to have an even better display. So this one, the RH50R, is going to have the 2560 by 2560 display. So it's the largest and most high definition display to ever be put in a thermal scope. So it'll be equivalent to like the Ricoh HD. So have the same display there. I've got it right here if you want to see it. So this right here is what it looks like. You can see the rangefinder here is really tiny.
Yeah,
it's very compact for a scope with a laser rangefinder.
Yeah,
I mean that's
so it'll have a difference in the way you use magnification. So it will have like a throw lever type magnification. And then it will also have the ability to run a battery connected external power port.
Okay.
Right. Nice.
So I got a couple quick questions. All right. Because I want to be sure that I'm not confused, and I'm easily confused. All right. So this unit is going to have that 2560 by 2560. That is the same display that, again, we're going to keep talking about it because you're famous for the Bolt TH50C V2. That's the display that it has, correct?
Essentially, yes.
Essentially. I mean, yeah, same big, super high resolution. All right.
Yes.
So we're going to have that. And then I'm looking at this, and I was even kind of scratching my head of like, okay, I know this is going to be the question because I'm asking it. The RH50 V2 versus the RH50R is not just the laser rangefinder. It's the laser rangefinder and the display screen, correct? And the battery is different or the same?
The battery is essentially the same battery. It just has a little bit different way of opening, so it's going to be easier to remove and place back in. But
is it the same battery or is it a different battery?
Yes, it's going to be the same battery.
Okay, same. Okay, got it.
Same battery life.
So, yeah. So basically, what you're getting then, moving. If a guy said, "Well, what am I going to gain by going to the R?" And I believe you said the price is $54.99, so he's going to spend $700 more. He's getting the laser rangefinder, very tiny, small, built-in, and he's getting a higher resolution display screen. And that's
so it'll be
am I missing anything?
Compactness of the attached already the built-in laser rangefinder.
Got it.
You can see it just barely protrudes to the side of the optic.
Hey Casey, two things or one thing. We've already talked about the pricing on these two units, but we should have started this at the beginning. What is your ETA on these actually hitting, dealers' hands here in the U.S.?
These will all be ready to ship the week of SHOT Show.
Man, so, I like it. I like it.
No delays here.
Oh man, alive! When I hear ready to ship, and I really didn't know what you're going to say. We haven't
Yeah.
talked about this before. I don't know if you're going to say June, July, September. That's awesome, man. Very, very good news. Okay, so the RH50V2, the RH50R. What do you got next here? I'm looking at this list, and this one. I want to see this thing. I want to get this in my hands. I'm a little disappointed I haven't gotten one. I want to see this thing. Tell us what it is.
Yeah, so we're in the long range thermal market. So this is the Hybrid 75. It's a 640, 12 millitron, 75 millimeter lens. It is a unit.
That's awesome.
It's all the same buttons as the Hybrid 50 millimeter, but this one's going to have quite a bit more magnification. This is a very powerful optic. So it's 4 to 32 power. So 4x base. So this thing is going to be, your full 640 resolution at way out there. So awesome. Has it comes with the ILR 2000 rangefinder that you can attach right here. Great thing about this line, the hybrid line, is it does have your ballistics calculated in here, so you can put your bullet dope in, and you can drop it, every 25 yards. So it will move your reticle down. Say you're shooting at 362 yards. As soon as you range that thing, it'll drop you a reticle there, and it's predetermined from your information that you uploaded to be mathematically perfect for that range.
Awesome.
So
wow. And what's the price on this unit?
This one's $799.99.
Let's call it $8,000 so there's no confusion. Yeah, I don't want anybody.
$7,999.
You're not going to buy this at 7-Eleven. I'm just going to say that. So, so go ahead.
There's a lot of people out there that are like, I'm sold because it's coyote tan and it's not black and it's going to match my rifle perfectly.
Right.
They don't know what it is or what magnification or the price, but it's the same color of my rifle, and I've got to have it basically. So that talk about a long range shooter. I mean, four power. That's just not common at all, especially not in 640 resolution. And to be able to do that, there's going to be there's a market out there that has been kind of forgotten for a little bit as far as the long range shooters. But yeah, that's going to be super popular.
Yeah, that's so let me ask this. So then, basically you just took the hybrid and upgraded it. I mean, you added a more magnification, larger lens. What can we expect be any different on this? I mean, besides that, is there any better image quality, or what are we looking at?
It's going to have the same 2560 display.
So it does have that display. Okay.
Yes. So the image quality is what you're going to see. You're going to see so much better, so much further. And so where you're seeing a lot of like higher resolution optics hit the market now, even higher than 640. But if the magnification is so low, you aren't actually taking advantage of it at long range. And so by starting at such a high base magnification, you're going to be able to see so much better, so much further with an optic that comes in at, a sub $10,000 price range. And so even whenever you start doubling that magnification, say to 8x, you're going to be, leaps and bounds ahead of anything else, especially at that range. So it's just really going to be fun to see some of the videos that are going to come about when this thing hits the streets. People are going to be able to take quality shots at distances that they haven't couldn't have done in the past. So I'm excited to see what's going to come about from this one.
So for the $79.99, $8,000, it is going to come with the laser rangefinder.
Yes.
and you're going to be ready to roll. Is it going to come with a mount as well? I'm assuming.
Yes, it'll come with its its own proprietary mount. It's going to come with 2 batteries. Each will run the object for about 8 hours. Then it's going to come in a really nice like Pelican style case, whereas the Hybrid 50 comes in a box and soft.
And we're gonna see this as well shipping immediately. I mean,
yes, they're imminently shipping the day of SHOT Show.
Okay. All right, we got to move on, but I gotta show something here. This little dude I got in my hand right here. This thing right here. Tyler sent this over to me. I didn't know what it was, and I've learned over the years. I mean, I've known Tyler for over 10 years, and when Tyler sends you something, you don't get a lot of info. He does not. He's not a man of like giving you all. He's like, I'm sending you something. And you don't know what that means. Like, it's sometimes scary. Like, I don't know. I'm sending you something. I open the box. I pull this thing out. I don't know what it is. I mean, I know it's a binocular. I know it's handheld. It's thermal. It's all I know. I turn this thing on, and I was, oh my goodness. Image quality is really good on this thing. And I mean, again, I don't have a manual. I don't have anything, and I'm looking at it, and I'm just trying to figure it out. And I don't even know this. Okay. I'm just out playing with it. And I said, oh my goodness, there's a laser rangefinder box just popped up. And I go, oh my goodness. So now I got a laser rangefinder on this thing. And so I'm not going to give away the price yet because you don't even know what this is. But I'm just going to tell you, when we were talking, Tyler and I were, and I was like, this is a cool little deal. I said, what's the price going to be? And when he told me, this is no exaggeration. I had this thing in my hand and I did not want to appear like an idiot to Tyler. So I immediately, and I'm looking all over this thing. So I start Googling because he told me the model name because I'm thinking, well, this is going to be the best 384 resolution I've ever seen in my life because the price he just gave me is a 384 resolution price. And he was like, and I'm not like, it's got to be 384. And it's 640. And I was like, this unit's not 640, right? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, well, it looks like 640, but the price you just told me was insane. So tell us what this is. I've already given away the scoop that it's really, really good handheld. Tell them what this thing is.
Okay, so that's going to be part of the Finder series. So that one's the FH35R, and it's the version 2. So it's going to be 640, 35 millimeter lens. It has an 800-yard rangefinder. It runs on a IBP2 battery, which gets you, 5 or 6 hours, comes with 2 of those. It's a 2 to 8 magnification. So it's a great all around magnification range. And that thing's going to be hitting the streets at $24.99.
Wow.
So,
and it looks pretty small.
Legit.
It looks pretty small too. I mean, it doesn't look that bulky.
yes,
it is. Yeah, 640 resolution with a built-in laser rangefinder, rechargeable batteries, 5-year warranty for $2,500, $125. My goodness, that is. And I haven't seen it yet. Jason's got it, but when he called me and he's like, "Man, this picture image is fantastic."
So it really is. I mean, for that kind of money, it's crazy. I mean, the image is really, really good for it. I'm very impressed by this unit. I think that I don't even know where to classify it. Like, I was kind of thinking, like, what does this compete against?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even sure. What is the nearest
$1,000 more?
Yeah. I mean, so it definitely, this is going to be a huge seller. I mean, Tyler's words were, how many do you want? And I was like, all of them. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. That to me, I would have led with this because to me, this is the big thing for me. Again, I'm excited about these other scopes, but golly,
it's an exciting thing to see that because it's our first ever laser range finding monocular. So to be able to hit the market at a an unprecedented price point, really just kind of is a testament to the way that our goal is to react to the market, or not necessarily react, but to start new trends that inevitably give our customer the best value for their money, and that's always been our goal. So we're excited.
Yeah, that's great.
So
okay,
we got.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we've got one more optic right here on the list, and this one kind of looks like, if you see people riding around, it looks like they've got R2D2 or something on the hood of their car. Or my buddies call me all the time, hey, we got to get one of these things so we can drive around and look at fields. And I'm like, yeah, but what are you going to do? So show everybody what you got, because this is really cool. And I guess y'all are in the truck mounted stuff now. That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is a new unit. You can see, kind of, here's my hand for size. So this is the M6 vehicle mounted unit, pans, tilts. It's the first ever vehicle mounted unit that has a built-in laser rangefinder. So you can see it's got a 1,000-yard laser rangefinder on it. When you're driving, you may not know how far something is. You can tell with that.
All it needs to say is, when it ranges, it just needs to pop up on the screen and say, too far to walk. How about that? I need to program my appropriate walking distance. And if it's like over 200 yards, then it's like, it'll flash red crosses, like don't go. That's what it needs to do.
Yeah. The no-go, or the go-no-go zone.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
too far to walk. Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
I don't know. I've never heard of a truck mounted with a built-in laser rangefinder.
It's a market that is, it's a little bit different. It's a great idea, and we think that this unit coming in at the price point it is, it's a 640 25 millimeter lens. Like I said, it's got a built-in rangefinder. It runs on 12 volt, so you can just plug right into your truck, or your most of your Polaris Rangers or Can-Ams, they all have that 12 volt plug. You can run it with a wireless remote that it comes with, or you can run it with your device. It will need a screen, so you'll have to get you an iPad or some type of tablet to display the image, which will be through a Wi-Fi signal. And so there's a couple of different ways to mount it. It comes with, like a RAM style suction cup mount, or you can use, a hard fastener and fasten it to a mount of any kind. So it's going to be really awesome to see how the market reacts to it.
Hey, that mount, not the mount, I'm sorry, that remote, is it wired or wireless?
So it's going to be wired, the remote. So
I think you said wireless. That's what I wanted to. But
yes.
Wireless would be like
I take that back. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
You can control the pan tilt from your device that is connected to it, or you can have the hardwired remote, which is just to ensure that you're going to get that quick reaction all of the time. We've tested this thing to ensure that the signal is going to be absolutely perfect, and it's going to perform the way that our end users want it to. So it's really cool to see.
Well, I think it is. I think the helmet mounted, hood mounted, the truck mounted stuff is really cool. I think it definitely has a place in certain terrains. Hans and I have the problem of, in East Texas, most people don't take care of their fence rows. And so your bar ditches get completely grown up, and you may have a field that you can see for 5, 6, 7, 800 yards, but they haven't taken care of the fence row. So sometimes we have some trouble with that, in the truck mounted stuff, but it is it is cool when you get into the field and you're out there riding around. You can see everything, and you're not, spinning your head around, and you're just riding. And if it's cold, you got the windows up, and if it's hot, the mosquitoes aren't getting in there. I do think there's a market for it.
Any of them.
Yeah.
So it is something that you can wirelessly connect to an iPad. Is it going to be through an app? I assume.
Yes, it'll be through the InfiRay Outdoor app.
InfiRay Outdoor app. So you could also, I guess, use it on your phone too, right? Where you could see it if you want to mount your phone on your side by side or something. And you said you can
use any form of tablet or phone.
And you said you can control the pan tilt through your wireless device, through the iPad and through the phone? Okay. Well, that's good. The only thing that technically
easily do it with that.
Technically, the only thing that's got to be wired is the power. The 12-volt batteries basically got to be wired. Everything else could technically be wireless, right?
Exactly.
So guys are going to have 12-volt car batteries mounted on top of their hoods next to this thing, so they don't have to run any wires into the cab. That's awesome, man. We'll have to find Jason. We'll have to find a way to get out some open country and test that thing out.
And I know what this is. This is Hans's way of saying, ship me one of those things, Jason. I want one.
Here's the thing. I don't need it, but I want it. How about that?
How about that? Hey,
which pretty much it sums up half of the things in my office. How about this bow and arrow that I had to have, and I haven't shot anything with it. So
exactly.
My wife reminds me of that all the time. Anyway,
I'll bet. Well, listen, I'll say this, and I'll be honest. I should not say this. I should definitely not say this on the show with one of the premier thermal manufacturers, but most everything that Hans, you and I sell are things that people don't have to have, but they want.
Hey, hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. They've got to have it.
Gotta have it.
It's a necessity. Yeah.
All right. Exactly. So real quick, Casey, I just want to go over this. We're going to wrap this thing, but just for the sake of making this in a real condensed thing, we've got the RH50 V2, which is going to be an improved image quality, improved display with a 3-12 for $47.99. Again, 640 high resolution. We've got the RH50R, which is again another 3-12. It's going to be $54.99. That unit is going to have that little bitty tiny built-in laser rangefinder on the side, as well as that big 2560 display screen. And then we've got the hybrid 75 millimeter unit. I think you're calling it the 75W. Is that right?
Yes.
I'm trying to butcher this.
Yeah.
Okay. That unit's going to be $79.99, $8,000. It is a 4-power base mag with a big old honking 75 millimeter lens on it thing that's going to let you see what I'm going to refer to this. I refer to some old scopes way back. Would say, let you see the backside of the moon. That's what I'm going to be saying about that thing right there.
Yeah.
And again, it is going to be the same hybrid body style. Then we've got the Finder FH35R. That's this little small 640 thermal handheld we talked about for $24.99. And then last, the truck mounted or side by side mounted optic. So that's a good list. I really like it. And I really like the fact that this stuff's coming out very soon. It's not something that we're going to hopefully be asking for an ETA in the fourth quarter and saying, is it coming this year? Is it coming this year? Hopefully we'll see this stuff very soon, and we're excited about that.
But they may beat you back to Nacogdoches. How about that?
That's what I'm talking.
So you know what you could do? I'm just sitting here thinking you could have a passenger in the truck with a cell phone and some of those VR glasses, that you wear. And they could be wearing, and y'all are laughing, but there's going to be people on Facebook forums that are going to be doing this. And they're going to have that pan tilt, and their buddy's going to be in the passenger seat with these VR glasses with their cell phone in it, scanning and watching. Trust me.
It's going to take some Dramamine.
I was just about to say, I'm going to say this. I won't put that thing on unless my head's hanging out the door, because I'm going to throw up 30 seconds.
Nah, it'll happen. Trust me. Trust me. That is awesome. Well, I'll tell you, As always, Casey, you bring all the good stuff. You share all the inside information as far as what the company's doing. You've got, it looks like a busy playbook for this year. You got a lot of good optics. The important thing, y'all, that you heard, ready right now, ready to ship. So if you see it, you like it, you want it, that's one of the biggest concerns. I don't want to say it's a concern. That's one of the biggest letdowns. Sometimes you hear about this stuff and you're like, oh man, I'm so excited. And then it's like a 6-month delivery date. And you're like, oh, yeah, you can find this stuff right now. And you know what? We'd love for you to be able to call and talk to us about it. You can. 877-350-1818. You can call us, talk to us about it. You can find it on our website, outdoorlegacygear.com, and we will continue on with our show, more show announcements. And Casey, if there's anything ever that you have, any breaking news, feel free. We'd love to have you back on the show to share it.
For sure. And if anybody's in Las Vegas this week, you can stop by and see us. We're at booth 70131. Be happy to talk to you, and you can see it for yourself on the SHOT Show floor.
Yeah, y'all's booth is always crowded. I'll say that. Always crowded.
That's right. Exactly. So, Casey, listen, we really do appreciate you coming back on the show again this year. Hope to continue this. And like Han said, you got anything mid-year, next week you got something. We always leave the door open to the manufacturers. If y'all got something out there, feel free to bring it to the show. Glad to do it. We're excited about getting the rest of these units in our hands. As you've seen here, Hans and I do have a couple of these units. We've been testing for a good while now. Couldn't say anything about them. Couldn't talk about them. Really didn't know too much. I mean, it's like as soon as you get these things in a brown box, and you don't get pricing, you don't get manuals. So we're just out testing them and trying to figure them out. But we're ready. What this shows right here with all these optics coming is that I know what it means. It means that we're going to have a very busy late winter and spring as Hans and I are trying to start reviewing all these, as we know that a lot of y'all are going to be wanting to see the reviews, see what we think about them, see some footage from the field, and we will be bringing that to you here on the Late Night Vision Show. As always, guys, stick around. If you're looking for the latest and greatest and any kind of breaking news for the thermal and night vision industry, the Late Night Vision Show is it. We will have more shows coming out from the SHOT Show. Hans and I will be, good Lord willing, recording a show there live on the show floor. And then when we get back, we'll be giving recaps of everything that we saw going on out there. So, Casey, thank you again. And guys, y'all stay tuned to the Late Night Vision Show.